to the cloud. Okay, hey everybody, Rob here for a BSP call. I'm going to start my recording on this as well, and then teach for however long I go, 5-10 minutes or so. I'm going to talk specifically about a simple but not necessarily easy way to immediately begin making money with your book, an income and an impact. And going to share some details on that, and then open it up to any questions that you have. Plus, I have maybe some cool resources for you as well. So let's go. Hey everybody, Rob Kosberg here, Bestseller Publishing. Good to see you. I had to move my camera just a little because I have a new mic here, and I'm also doing this to our BSPU clients, like I do every single week. And man, I have, I think, some really cool stuff for you today, because I went to visit a client last night that happened to be in town on a speaking tour that she set up and arranged herself with a team, something she's never done before. And I was so inspired by the results she's gotten, by what she's done, that I want to share with you the exact steps that she's taken, and quite honestly, that we've kind of laid out and set up, not just for her, but all of our clients, because this is simple, but not necessarily an easy way for you to begin making money with your book. So last night I went down to a place called The Last Bookstore. It's in downtown Hollywood. It's the downtown LA. It's the largest bookstore in Los Angeles. So it's like 6,000-7,000 square feet. It's a really cool venue in kind of a rough area that is like a historic district that is being revitalized. And Erica Ormsby, one of our clients who we helped her do this book, I Am Happy, Healthy, Free, that's Erica there, has arranged for multiple speaking engagements here in Los Angeles. She's up in the San Francisco area is where she lives. And she's doing a whole tour as well. In fact, she's going to be speaking in San Diego, Seattle, Denver, New York, Boston, which super ambitious. I would not have recommended that to her, but I love her attitude and her spirit. And so we were meeting last night, and just straight, like, give you the truth. It was not a huge crowd at the Last Bookstore. Not every seat was full. There were a bunch of seats that were empty. There were a few people there. Obviously, I was there. They were doing video. Erica read some from her book, then answered questions. She sold her book, etc. And that's a little what can happen with like a book type event, something where you're going to, maybe you block out the Barnes & Noble or whatever, and you're hoping that they have enough people that are interested in you coming there. And it doesn't always pan out. In fact, I tell my clients, rather than you doing like book signings at Barnes & Nobles and even the Last Bookstore, what you should really be focused on is setting up your own speaking engagements, or using online social media, etc. You can get in front of more people on Facebook Live than you can at a local Barnes & Noble, really, and in 15 minutes without ever leaving your home or office. But what Erica did, and this was one of 3 things that she had set up, what she's done is she has set up venues for her to speak at that she has had a team both fill with ticket sales, and I'll explain a little bit more of that, as well as partnered with other organizations. Today, she speaks at Cal State Lutheran, here local in Los Angeles, where they have like an entrepreneurs club, and she's speaking to almost 100 people that they've sold tickets to come to that. But what I want to share about is what she did the night before last. I went to see her last night and got some feedback, asked her how things went. She spoke at a place called Liberate Hollywood, which focuses on those that are self-help directed. They, speakers for meditation, yoga, self-improvement, etc. And they had, like 70 or 80 people there, and she spoke for, her 90-minute type speech. And then she made a pitch. She made an offer. They allowed her to make an offer. And she sold several kind of variations of very, very high-end, done-for-you services. I'm talking, $40,000, $60,000, all the way down to like $4,000 packages. Well, at the event, she pitched for the very first time. She's never done this before. She's never spoken before and made a live sales pitch. But this is something that she wanted to do using her book to both fill the venue as the credibility piece and sell books, of course, $20 here, $20 there. But then, because of her expertise, because of being a best-selling author, make a pitch from the content of her book for higher ticket products and programs. She sold $8,000 at the venue. People pulled out their credit card and bought right on the spot, and she has another $40,000 in sales pending. Now, whether or not all the pending sales come through, I don't know. But here's the thing. This is the first time she's ever done that before. It was a massive success. It would have been a massive success, honestly, if she sold nothing. Because if you have the mentality that this is not the last time that I'm going to do a pitch on a webinar, or I'm going to do a pitch at a live event, then you're always learning and you're always growing. And she told me she felt incredibly confident. There was a lot that she had to do to get to this point, but this is her first stop. Literally, this was her very first pitch. And on her first attempt, $8,000 in sales with another $40,000 pending. So how did she do it? I want to give you the simple but not easy steps for you to do this exact same thing. And by the way, Eric and I are texting each other constantly because she leaves here. She speaks again today. Then she leaves here and goes San Diego, Vegas, Denver, where else? Several other places. I mentioned them. Boston, New York, Seattle. So she has several, like I said, I mean, super ambitious. I personally probably would not have recommended that, but she wanted to go for it. Good for her, right? She wanted to go for it. She's invested all this time and energy and resources into making this book happen. She now wants to make it really successful and live the life that she wants to live, which is speaking, selling from the stage, offering coaching, consulting, and that's exactly what she is doing. So what are the steps? Step number one, finish your book. Finish your book, okay? So if you haven't finished your book, you need to. Why is that important? Well, here's the thing. She filled events. She has several events. The one in Denver, she has almost 200 tickets sold at $40 a ticket. And yes, for that $40, they get 2 of her books, right? And they get some other things. But she sold almost 200 tickets, and these are people that have pulled out their credit card to come. She would have never been able to do that. She's totally unknown. She's never done anything like this before. And if you are totally unknown and you've never done anything like this before, you need something that screams you are credible, you are an authority, you are for real. And being an author, a published author, and a best-selling author checks off the box of you are a credible authority in this space. So she was able to get in front of, people at Liberate Hollywood where she did not do anything. They booked the event, they filled the event, and she, they didn't pay her a speaker fee, but she said, in lieu of that, I want to pitch, and she did $8,000 in sales with another $40,000 pending. She booked the bookstore, the last bookstore, and she booked Cal Lutheran. And so that's because of her credibility to these places that said, we want you because you're a best-selling author on this topic. And then she sold on her own with event planners tickets because they called up business owners, they called up local people and said, hey, we have a best-selling author, Erica Ormsby, who they never had heard of before. Let's be honest. They've never heard of you. They've never heard of me. They've never heard of Erica. But when they hear, oh, she's the best-selling author on this topic about happiness, health, freedom, and if those things resonate with the people that the event planners are speaking to, then they're going to be able to sell tickets. So step one, you have to finish your book. It has to speak to who your ideal audience is, and it has to be compelling for them. Finish your book. That's step number one. It's your source of credibility and authority. Step number two, you need additional things to sell from your book, okay? So your book is not the end of it. If all you have is your book for $20, then understand you're going to have credibility and authority, but unfortunately all you're going to have is the ability to make $10 or $15 max per sale that you make. So if you have 100 people in the audience, like Erica had at Liberate Hollywood the day before yesterday, and she sold 80 of them a copy of her book for $20, then she's probably going to make $1,400, $1,500, something like that, right? Because there's still a shipping and fulfillment cost to her. However, she was able to sell just a few packages to those 100 people because she sold much higher packages and was able to do 8,000 with another 40,000 pending. And at these other venues, as she gets better with selling from the stage and making an offer that both is compelling and genuine and authentic, she's going to sell way, way more. So you need additional things for them to buy from the content of your book, right? Now, if you say, well, I just don't want to do that. Okay, fine. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do anything. But just understand, you're always going to limit yourself with the kind of income that you're going to be able to make if all you're selling is books. So ideally, you want to have a course, you want to have coaching, you want to have consulting, you want to have some kind of services so that you can charge more based on the thing that you are known for, your content. And then number 3, you want to get booked. You need now to get booked on other people's stages as well as your own stages. Now, I have a couple of resources. I'm going to share this with our BSBU clients of event planners that will actually do this and like take a cut of the ticket sales and maybe a cut and maybe just a small upfront fee. I don't know all of how they work. I don't get any of it, nor are those services that we provide. But there are event planners and conference organizers that will partner with you, that will get people butts in seats for you. They'll make the calls. I mean, I met Jen and her team last night, and it was so cool to meet them because what I heard they had done for Erica was, pretty cool. I mean, they were cold calling businesses in Denver. They were cold calling entrepreneur organizations, meetup groups, etc., and filling and selling tickets, just cold calling them and saying, look, we have a best-selling author on this subject, and you have a meetup on this subject in your town. Would you be interested in coming and going to a half-day event? The tickets are $40, and you get 2 of her books plus some other goodies that we're throwing in. Would you be interested? And they were able to, via those kind of calls, sell the tickets and sell 200 of those tickets in Denver, as well as hundreds other in Boston and the other places that she's going to. So you need either A, to have a team that can do this for you. What we do at Bestseller Publishing, because most of you know we run our own live events called the $1 Million Author Summit. We actually use Facebook and Instagram marketing to fill those events. Our next one coming up is October 25th and 26th, or 26th and 27th, something like that. And so we use paid advertising in conjunction with books and testimonials and all these other things to fill our events. Point is, you need to get your stages or get yourself your own events filled by using an event planner or paid advertising or something. And when you have these pieces in place and make a pitch, guess what? Sometimes it's going to succeed and sometimes it's going to fail, especially if you've never done it before. Now, Erica may feel like, and I asked her, she was thrilled. She was totally thrilled with the 8,000 in sales and the other 40,000 pending. But she also knows she made some mistakes. She's never done it before. There were other people that probably would have bought, but she didn't have her whole act together. And I'm like, what a massive success. Who cares that you didn't do everything you needed to? Even if nobody bought, consider all that you learned during this process. And she's going to all these different venues, all these different places. Now, she's ambitious, and she's willing to invest time and energy and money, resources, into getting her book done, getting the media and publicity and stuff that we do, making the book a bestseller, but then also getting herself booked on all of these places because she believed, she put away the self-doubt, she believed this message is important and this message will reach and impact people. And from the very first event, from the very first 90 minutes that she sold from the stage, it has done that. And if you believe in your content, if your content and your story has changed your life and maybe changed other people's lives, then guess what? You are holding back the opportunity to make a difference in the world and make an impact because of your own fear, your own self-doubt, your own worry, your own procrastination, whatever it is. You need to put that stuff aside. Finish your book. Complete a course as connected to the book. Get booked on stages or book your own event. Do it locally so it doesn't cost you a lot of time and energy and resources. And then pitch and then make your offer. Say, if you'd like additional help, here it is. When you do that, you might be shocked at the results you get. And I believe you'll be not just shocked, but super pleasantly surprised and encouraged that other people want to be connected with you as a best-selling author and want your help in their lives. Anyway, I hope this is helpful to you. I hope you go and take action just like Erica did. And I'll be reporting back over the next few weeks exactly what she's done, because this is just the beginning for her. You guys are great. Talk to you again soon. All right, there you go. Man, I hope this has been helpful for you guys. I was so encouraged and inspired by not what I saw last night, because, you know, full disclosure, it's a bookstore, and the bookstore was not packed. They didn't have every seat filled. It's not the perfect venue. Some of those people were just there looking for, who knows, books on physics. And so haphazardly, you're probably not going to make a big impact on people. But when you fill events, when you fill venues with people that are buying tickets to get your book, or know that you're coming, or somebody else's venue has booked you to speak, and they're willing to allow you to make an offer, then great things are going to happen for you. But you got to finish your book. You got to have the back end piece. You got to have a course done, and then you got to take action. Get yourself booked. And I know there are lots of steps in this. I'm giving you, right in 15 minutes, the generalities of it. So let's go to the questions and see if I can answer any questions for you. Happy to answer any question about anything, not just what I shared here with Erica. So is it Connie? I'm not sure. Oh, it's probably Christy, right? Christy. What was she selling in her packages? So there's a lot of details, but the lower price packages are more like coaching packages based on becoming happy, healthy, and free, right? So it's totally based on her package. Now, she has a much higher end version of the package. She told me she was going to offer one as much as $100,000, which included done-for-you services. Like, you know, she asked me a few weeks back, she said, Rob, can I sell bestseller publishing? Can I sell what you do as part of my package? I'm like, why would I have a problem with that? Of course. And I said I'd even be willing to give a discount based on who buys and all those kinds of things, how many she sells. So she has a really high-end package that has all of these done-for-you services. Her lower-end package, which is still, you know, the bottom line is $4,000 and up, is basically coaching and consulting to get these things done. I don't know all the details, but I can get you those details. Suki's asking, can I get the event planner details? I've been doing exactly this, but getting more like 20 people. Would love to get 200. I will totally give this to you. I told them when I met them last night, I said, I am going to overwhelm you guys with business. So I got their details. I got their info. Obviously, they're super booked with Erica right now, but I will give you this info. I'll post it in the Facebook group for everybody. And, you know, just so that there's some context, when you call Jen, mention that, you know, you're bestseller publishing through Erica and me, and that way they know exactly who's calling. And because I already told them last night, I said, I'm going to talk about this, and people are going to be interested in you helping them. Gage says, what she is doing is very similar to what I want to do, finishing up my book, and I'm hosting seminar on self-development, fulfilling your purpose. Love that. That's 100% what she's doing. Let's be honest. This is a really crowded space, right? But it's a really hungry space. This is self-improvement. This is self-development, fulfilling purpose, being happy, healthy, and free. But it's a message that people are hungry for. And so even though it's a crowded space, when you're a best-selling author and when you're taking the kind of action that Erica has taken, you're going to get in front of people. You're going to be able to make a pitch. And some of those people are going to say, I've heard this many times, but I like her. I like him. I like the way she comes off. I like the way he says that. And get started, right? I'm not the only book guy in the world. I'm not the only guy that does media and PR and that sort of thing. We have some uniqueness about what we do, but the reality is people want to connect with me and believe that I can help them to serve in these areas. And so that's what you're going to do when you connect with people live from the stage also. Christy, do you have a course creation software that you recommend? We want to sell the course off our website instead of something like Udemy. So yes and no. There isn't like a software that creates courses, but we use ClickFunnels to house all of our membership stuff. So when someone buys a course from us, and of course, you know, as I've shared about, I'm launching my free plus shipping funnel, which, you know, you can see in the background is super detailed and there's a lot going on with it. All of this content, my audio book, the digital version of my book, all of the upsells, the Kickstart, all that stuff is going to be housed in multiple separate membership areas on ClickFunnels. So if you want information about ClickFunnels, the best place to go is authorfunnels.com. I'll just throw that in there. That's my affiliate link, but it's a private affiliate link because as one of Russell's Inner Circle group, we get like access to some things that other people don't. And so you can do a 2-week trial there. You can get it a little bit cheaper than other people get it. So you can check out authorfunnels.com. And there's another one that is like a $1,000 version, but you get like $11,000 worth of stuff involved. If anybody's interested in that, just type, you know, just ask me a question in the Facebook group about ClickFunnels and I'll gladly answer it there. Suki says, what's Erica's offer? Also would love to talk through my funnel. I know we were supposed to do that last week. So how about, because I don't have time to do it this week, can we do it next week? Suki, is that okay that you and I do it next week? Awesome. So next week we will do a special BSPU where, you know, I go into your funnel, we look through the various things, we can look at your offer, anything that you want. I'm happy to kind of go through, but there's not enough time, I think, for me to do it justice. Plus, I'd love to see it ahead of time so that I can start kind of making notes on it and that sort of thing. So send me the various links to your funnel, send me the various links to your offer, and I'm happy to go through that. By the way, if anybody else wants that, that's what these calls are for. I'm here, I'm giving my time to give you the very, very best stuff I can, albeit in a group format, but I'm happy to answer your questions individually too, as you know. Christy, is she the only one doing the coaching? How is she scaling? Good question. I don't know that. I do not believe she is the only one. She understands teams. At the moment, she is a one-person band. She is doing this on her own. Now, she does have like the event planner folks, you know, doing the events and filling the events and that sort of thing. So she's gotten a lot of advice from us on her funnels and the various other things she's doing. But yes, she is, at the moment, she is fulfilling this on her own. And so that means that as she sells stuff, she is going to have to scale up her team. She doesn't have to have her team in advance, but as she sells it, she's going to have to scale up, no question about it. By the way, for some of her services, for some of the things that she's offering, she doesn't need to scale up. Like her coaching and consulting those are group programs. Those are not one-on-one programs. So as a group program, yes, the 4K offer, even I think it's a 10K offer, is still a group program. She's able to do that just like I'm doing this call right now to 20 of you. She can do the exact same thing to 5, 10, 15 by having things mapped out for them to do and then doing group Q&A, et cetera. So it's more her done-for-you services that's going to require her adding staff to scale that up. Jill says, good info. I'm working on a similar program using my international best-selling book as credibility for my consulting business. I'm working on events. Well, Jill, you know what to do. I mean, I gave you the pieces there, and, you know, you have been super vocal, and thank you for all the gratitude you've expressed about BSP and what we've done. I mean, that means the world to me and to our team here. Of course, whatever we can do to help you, you know, if you want me to take a look through your funnel, if you want me to take a look at your offer, this is a great venue to do all of that. So next week we'll look at Suki's stuff, but if there's anything else that you want me to take a look at down the road, send that stuff over to me and, you know, post it in the Facebook group, ask questions, and let me dive in and see if I can help you. Deborah says, how many people attended the speaking event she arranged for herself where she did her upsell. So don't know that yet, Deborah, because none of those events have happened. The only event that she's spoken at so far, LA was the first stop on this tour. Liberate Hollywood was the first one. She did not fill that event herself. Liberate Hollywood did. So what she did is she had her team, her event planning team, basically send a copy of her book, which is this is something I teach, sent it to Liberate Hollywood and said, hey, we're going to be coming to LA on these dates. Would you be interested in having Erica speak at your next thing? And she'll speak on, being happy, healthy, and free. And she'll even do it for free if you allow her to make an offer to anybody interested in, taking additional steps with Erica. And they said, yes, we'd love to have a best-selling author on this topic come and speak. So Liberate Hollywood, the last bookstore, which was last night, and Cal State Lutheran, which is tonight, were all other people's venues. She did not book any of those. So the next ones are venues that she has booked herself, like Denver. She has almost 200 tickets sold. So I don't know how many will show up, but I will let you know, because I'm like texting Erica. I texted her just a few minutes ago, and I'm like, let me know how it goes at Cal State Lutheran. Give me details. I want all the details. Jill says, thanks for making the event planning info for us. No problem. Simone says, I'm a children's book fiction author. Any suggestions on what services I can add to my book sales? So I don't know that you can add any services when you're talking about fiction, but you can add additional things. So you have characters in your book. You can add, stuffed toys. You can add, bookmarkers with images of the characters in the book. Like, you can add additional things that all circulate around your offer, around, the characters of the book. So you can still take your fiction children's book and say, okay, what more can I do with these characters? How can I bring these characters to life? How can I let the kids that are going to be buying these, or the parents that are going to be buying these for the kids, have like a whole package that they can sell? Obviously, you don't want to have just one book also. You want to create a series. So you need to be a content creator. You need book 1, book 2, book 3, book 4, book 5, and then you bundle those up. They buy book 1, then you offer, would you like books 2, 3, 4, and 5 for this discount package? And then would you also like, our bookmarkers, our stickers, our backpacks, our et cetera, et cetera. So you want to build a life around the characters. Again, that's the book's content, but you want to build something around the characters. So hopefully, Simone, that makes sense. Robert's asking, what you said today will be talked about at your October 12th and 13th Income and Impact event. Yes, it will. So, Robert, I guess McFarland probably. Hey, Robert. If you haven't been invited, then let me formally invite you to come to the October 12th and 13th Income and Impact Workshop. That's for our done-for-you clients. So if you're just in BSP University, and paying just for the content, then unfortunately this is not for you. This is for our done-for-you clients that have paid us to do their PR, to do their books, to do their publishing and launches. If you are interested in coming to that, then I want you to come. Do me a favor, reach out to Sarah in our office here. Let Sarah know that you are interested in coming, and would love to have you participate in that. So it's October 12th and 13th. It's here in Pasadena. So you'll either fly into LAX or you'll fly into Burbank, depending on where you're flying from, and would love to have you here. I'm going to talk a great deal about this, because by then we're going to have a lot more data and a lot more details, and I'm even going to see if one of them would like to come and share and participate, one of the event planners, because I think it's really cool what they're doing. Robert says, I'd love to get some advice on my sales funnel. Buddy, I'm here for you. Send me the sales funnel stuff, email me, and I'm happy to book you on one of the BSPU calls, and let's go through it together. Robert says, I've already inked one $30K contract solely because of my BSP best-selling book. Dude, that's fantastic. Congratulations. You got to tell me that stuff. I want to know that stuff. I want to know what you did. I want to know how it happened. Because I want to share those details with others. I want to inspire others to take action. I mean, I shared with you guys the second week that I launched my book, someone bought my book. They read it in 3 days. They called our office and became a client, paid us $30,000. And I didn't market to them. I had never met them before. They didn't hear me at a speaking engagement. I call that a little bit of luck, right? That's reactive marketing. I want to do more proactive stuff, but that stuff is real. So I'm so happy and fired up that that's happened. Please tell me more. I'd love to, maybe you could type out just a little, I think you're going to send me your funnels that you want me to review. So do me a favor. When you send me that stuff, type out a paragraph or two about how it happened, and I'll promote you. I'll lift you up to my audience because that looks good for me. It also looks good for you. So do me a favor and do that. That's fantastic. Any great results that you've gotten, please, 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 I beg of you, share them with me. I want to know what good things are happening for you. Robert, so Christy's asking, what was the contract for? Maybe a game of the characters. Not exactly sure what you mean by that. Maybe, Christy, you are confusing Robert with Simone. Robert is a consultant. He's not the one who did the children's book. So I'm not sure about your question there. But I think you're asking what was the $30K contract for. And get me the details on that, Robert, and I'll share it with everybody. Dr. Venus says, I'd love to set up speaking engagements just like she did. Since my book is not done yet, do you think it's reasonable to get gigs booked using TV appearances? You've been on The Doctors, American Gladiator, etc. for credibility, and then include a copy of my upcoming book in my course offer. 100% yes, Dr. Venus. But let's be real. How long have you been working on this book? Get the book done. I mean, I don't know how long ago you appeared on The Doctors and American Gladiator. I think it was a while back. And so that, the shimmer goes off that, right? It fades a little bit with time. Get your book done. Get it done. Take the next week and finish it. If you need help, our team is here to serve and help you. I mean, this is holding you back from making a huge impact and income, just like Erica's doing. And look, you have way more credibility than Erica. Erica's never been on The Doctors or American Gladiator or has the appearances that you do. She's like totally unknown. But she used her book. She used the credibility of being a bestseller. She used the hook of helping people with this self-improvement offer, helping people be happy, healthy, and free. Book yourself. Let's see here. Game and Stuffed Animal was for the children's book. Yes, gotcha. Perfect. Deborah says, still haven't received the information about the BSP Mastermind Workshop. I'm so sorry about that. Austin informed me there's a new person working on the logistics. That is Sarah, and copied her, but haven't heard from her. As soon as we're done, I'm going to walk over there and I'm going to ask Sarah to make sure she gets you that details. It is set. It is October 12th and 13th, I believe, but don't worry. I will make sure that you get all those details today. Is it all day? Yes, it's 2 full days. It's all day Friday and all day Saturday. And I'm going to be talking a great deal on 2 primary things, lots of stuff, but 2 primary things is using your book in conjunction with a funnel and paid media, like I'm doing with my free plus shipping funnel, and also using a book to set up your own speaking engagements and how to do it step by step with Erica. I don't think Erica can be there because she's still going to be doing her thing, but I'm trying to get her there also. Robert says, Sarah's already invited me. I have my ticket to LAX. Awesome. Doing a culture analysis and culture building for a local bank with 200 employees. That's the offer. Love that. And I'd love to hear more. Please, Robert, please send me the details. How'd they find you? What happened? How did your book, make that 30K contractual agreement happen? Give me the details of that so we can learn from it and so that I can kind of lift you up in that space. Deborah says, thanks. You are welcome. Great questions. Great everything. Thank you. Thank you for your trust in me and Bestseller Publishing. Thank you for those of you that are taking action with this stuff. That is the hard part. When I said simple but not easy, the hard part is you overcoming the self-doubt of I've never done this before. I've never set up my own speaking engagement? What if it fails? What if no one shows up? I've never pitched from the audience. What if no one buys? The hard part is you overcoming the fear and your own head stuff to like take action and say, even if it fails, I am learning, I am moving forward. This is the direction that I want to go on. And I'm telling you, you need to find a way to make it happen for yourself. You need to stop waiting on something to come through for you, or to stop waiting on it to be handed to you. It's not going to be handed to you. You've got to take action, take the bull by the horns, and make this thing happen for you. That is what makes all the difference in the world. That's the hard part. But that's like, it's not the idea. It's not that you're smart. It's not that you even wrote a book. It's that you take action. That really matters, and that you continue to. Anyway, I got nothing else for you. I hope this is helpful. You guys are the best. I love you. I love serving you. I'm grateful that you trusted us. So that's it for now. Look forward next week. Suki and I are going to be on, and we're going to be talking about her funnel next week. So I think that's going to be really informative for you. You guys are great. Have a good day.